That's right. We are live right over here at WCRS Radio. Quick check. We are live on the radio. Check. We are live on Facebook. Check. The mics are on. Check. And we have great guests for you this afternoon. We're going to be cooking up some delicious jams and chutney right here with Stacy Kirby. He is the food safety coordinator over there with Clemson Extension. Also, Peggy Dewane Pope is with us. She is his lovely assistant. She was his assistant the last time. You know, when you look at her qualifications, should be in charge. But who's saying that now? Who's saying that? Who's saying that? But anyways, we are going to be having a good time here this afternoon talking with them. And gosh, how y'all doing this afternoon?
Great.
Great,
well.
great.
Fabulous.
Okay, Stacy, you want
afternoon.
to? Yeah, pull that mic over there to you just a little bit
All right.
more. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
All right, and Stacy, so how have things been going at the Extension Service?
It's been going well. When I picked it up, it had been 5 years since we had an agent working the county and working the other counties nearby. So we've been having to bring the programs back to life again with teaching preservation and doing a little more work with food safety, both for the consumer and the stakeholder, as well as inside retail. And so we're finally beginning to get some traction and some good programs taking place.
Well, you come with a wealth of experience about this. I mean, with old Charlie's, I mean, you knew the right things to do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was in retail food service for 43 years. And so it's and coordinated and taught and did several things. And so it was fun, but it's good to be on the other side of it. It's good to be teaching and using your experience and helping others move in the right direction. That's the fun part of it.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Absolutely. And Peggy, you're from California?
Yes.
How did we end up with you here? I didn't mean it that way.
What is it? My next door neighbor said when he met my nephew, and he said, "Where are you from?" And he said, "San Francisco." And he said, "Well, we won't hold it against you."
How long have y'all lived here?
3 years.
3 years?
Mm-hmm.
And you are very involved in the community.
Yes.
Yes, very involved.
Yes.
Women care and some other things, and you like to get out and do a lot of things too, don't you?
Yes.
Have you been on a trip recently?
I just went to Austin for Thanksgiving, and we took a road trip because we have not been immersed deeply enough into the South.
Right.
And it was fabulous.
You drove out there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And what was your favorite place then? Of all the places you went, what was your favorite?
Well, without a doubt, hanging out with my kids in Austin.
Right.
But we met up with good friends in Fairhope, Alabama, and went to the Gulf and had lovely seafood and
Big shrimp?
we had
shrimp?
crab claws, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never heard of that before.
Crab claws?
Yeah, never.
Never?
Never.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then went to lots of fun places in Austin.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, it's a good drive. Good
Yes.
drive, a very long drive.
Very
yeah.
long drive. It was
Yeah.
about 38 hours in total.
In total,
Mm-hmm.
wow. And so you didn't want to get on a plane, huh?
Well, we really wanted to see the South.
Okay.
We really did.
All right. I was just checking because I don't think I want to get on a plane right now on all the stuff that's going on. So I'd stay on the ground too, regardless. Yeah. Well, that is great. Now, you have been involved in doing a lot of canning and preserves and everything. What was your interest in getting into this?
I am self-taught. Probably my parents took a generation off of canning, and I had an apricot tree. And apricot trees are ripe over 3 days. And I couldn't stand we were talking earlier, raised by Depression-era parents.
Right.
I couldn't stand the thought of wasting any beautiful, beautiful fruit. So I learned to can.
Wow.
And I've been canning since we planted that tree in 84 or something like that.
So I guess you've had a lot of experience doing different types of things too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't think of any category I haven't
I was gonna say,
canned,
you can just about
preserved.
everything.
Yeah.
And then your son cans as well, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Now, do you just do fruits, or do you get into meats or any of that stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, oh my gosh, this is big news. I just converted the guest closet into a canning closet. So I've got them all in alpha order. But the bulk of what I do is probably salsa the most. Because we have such beautiful tomatoes.
Right.
And, those jalapenos are out of control here.
Right.
They're huge.
Right.
And then, but I do everything from beans to chilies to as well as all the sweets.
Wow, that's terrific. Well, I think there's been a lot more interest in it in the last few years, don't you think, Stacy?
Definitely. You see, there's been a big interest in homesteading. That's the unique thing about it. A lot of people coming in, buying parcels of land, wanting to learn how to not only raise animals but live off the land, how to garden, how to preserve the fruits and the vegetables that they're growing. That's a big swing. It really has.
Why do you think that happened?
You know, it really got really huge and became really popular during the pandemic, when people really couldn't get out and do things for a period of time. And then a lot of people knew people that had preserved or had stored food for a long period of time, and they weren't sweating, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
They had everything, and a lot of people just wanted to learn how to be more self-sustaining, and self-sustaining is a major trend right now.
Absolutely.
And so, but I think the pandemic really brought about this big push all of a sudden, and it hasn't stopped. I mean, it's still going strong.
You know, it is amazing when we talk to kids about where their food comes from, and they think it's from the grocery store, right? So this is a huge change, right?
Exactly.
It is. It is. I think it's great.
My kids would say, Mom, I had no idea all the kids didn't know what the crops were in the fields. I thought everybody knew that.
Right. Yeah, it is.
I think another thing is that people want to know what's in their food.
This is true.
And if you can't find it on your shelf in your house, what is it doing on your food in a package kind
Absolutely.
of thing? So we know exactly what is going into, and we'll go through as we go through these recipes. This is all just real food.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people who do it for the edutainment of it, to learn how to do it, as well as just the excitement and entertainment to do it. And then, like Peggy was just saying, knowing what's in your food is very key.
Well, if you read the labels of food that you buy in the grocery store,
Right.
like frozen foods, and you look at how much salt is in a prepared dish, you just go, oh my gosh, that is terrible. I can't get that. Put it back, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the irony of it is, like these items here, if they're processed, you're talking about a shelf life of a year and a half, and there's items that you buy at the grocery store that don't have that shelf life, and they're still full of preservatives and all kinds of things that don't need to be in them.
Right.
Or that we don't think need to be in them anyway.
Right. Well, what are we going to be doing here today? We're talking about cranberries. Cranberries, a lot of people, they don't think cranberries are that cool. I like cranberries. I've made my own cranberry sauce for years. In fact, I was telling you before we went on the air, I bought a can of Ocean Spray whole berry cranberry sauce, and because I just needed a little bit, it wasn't worth making it, and I tasted it, and I said, well, it's all right. It doesn't taste the same at all, though, does it?
No, not at all. No. Cranberries are they're very nutritious. I mean, they're full of antioxidants. They're full of all kinds of nutrients. They're very high in vitamin C and vitamin E. The United States, Canada, and Chile, these three countries, we grow 97% of all harvested cranberries in the country, or in the world, actually.
And they grow like in a bog, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And on dry land. But yeah. And in 2021, we had 790 million pounds of cranberries that came out of the United States. And of that, 59% of them came from Oregon. And so it's amazing. And the ones that you see at the store, like we bought these at the store, on the shelf, they're dry picked. When you see shows on like National Geographic or programs on cranberries and how they're grown and how they're picked, you see them in the rivers or in the lakes, and they're wet picking. And so the ones that you see in the store, they're dry picked. The ones that you see that are wet picked, there's the ones that are used to make juice, to make your sauce. They're also the ones that are dehydrated now that become really popular as dehydrated cranberries.
Right.
They're the ones that are done that way as well. But cranberries are also known to be very healthy for you, not just for antioxidants. They provide, their nutrients are pretty much always there. They're supplements that you can buy at the grocery store, cranberry supplements, or buy at your pharmacy or whatever the case may be, because of the health benefits that they have. And some say that they have some impact on cancer. They're good for urinary tract infections, certain cancers, which I'm not sure which ones those are, but there's several health benefits to them. But the irony is that when they're picked, they're mainly picked in the cold months. That's when they're ripe. It's generally fall, it's fall almost always. That's when they're really bright red and have the real pretty colors, and the berries are at their peak, which is one of the reasons why they became so popular in Thanksgiving and Christmas and so forth, because that's their peak season.
And they added some color. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody color and everything else.
And they have huge places that they grow them in New Jersey.
I'm not sure.
I thought they did.
in Maine. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
from
I know
Maine.
I know they grow good meat in Maine as well.
Yeah, I thought I knew in New Jersey, but I could be wrong. But anyways, yes. So cranberries are a very healthy fruit. But in the South, not that many people get excited about cranberries, do they?
No, they don't. They don't. And the irony of it is, and what we're going to be doing today, is that cranberries can go one or two ways. They can become a savory item, in which they still have all the health benefits and have all the flavor of a cranberry, but it has a savory back to it instead of a sweet flavor. Most of your cranberry sauces that you buy, or the ones that you pick up at a deli, they're going to have a little bit of tartness, but they may have a whole lot of sugar and so forth in them, and they're mainly sweet. Peggy's going to be making a chutney, and that chutney actually has raisins and onions and things of that kind to make a savory side of it. And then I'm going to be creating one, basically a jam, using cranberries and pears with all the spices of Christmas that you would think of. It has nutmeg, it has fresh ginger, it has allspice, it has cinnamon, and it has ground cloves in it. All that besides the fresh cranberries and the fresh pears. And so we're going to get to see and taste different ones, get you an idea of what you can do with them.
All right. Well, what should we start doing here? Because I know we got some cooking to do here, Peggy.
Let's start with cranberry orange chutney. And I am going to tell you that this recipe is available online through the National Center for Home Food Preservation. That's University of Georgia. And they have fabulous wealth of recipes.
So you go to what now? What's the address? You go to North Georgia.
Yes, it is nchfp.edu, or excuse me, .uga.edu.
So University of Georgia.
Yeah. But if you do a simple Google search, just go for University of Georgia canning recipes, and you will find a wealth of.
Why do they have so many? Just does anybody know why do they have so many?
I don't know. But Georgia is just they're a very large, and I want to say even powerful agricultural state. They have the Sun Belt Expo down there. They have farms everywhere. That it's amazing just to go through the state of Georgia, and so it doesn't surprise me at all that the National Center for Home Food Preservation is out of UGA, and they work with Presto in testing different types of pressure canners. They've created a massive amount of recipes. They even have a book so easy to preserve that is basically considered a Bible for anyone who does preservation on a regular basis. But how they got so popular in it, I'm not really sure.
I just was curious, because I think the last time you were here, that was where the recipes came from.
Yeah, this one today, the chutney, it's coming from there. The one I'm making is actually coming from the ball jam recipes from the people who make the jars. They're the ones who have this recipe. Both of these recipes are science-based, and which is very, very important.
Why is that important?
Well, whenever you're cooking anything to preserve it, you want to make sure that in the process that you create an atmosphere in which pathogens, bacteria, can't grow. And so the science-based ones have been tested over and over again. They know exactly how much acidity is being created. They know exactly the environment that's being created in the process to guarantee that you don't have a problem with bacteria growing in your product while you're storing it. And so,
Right. The good things to know.
yeah, very good things to know.
What we've done is we've prepped all our food. So as I add them to the
The pot.
pot, I'm going to go over them. But we've already washed everything. We've already got our magic gloves on. Our jars are ready to go. Whereas this would take longer if we hadn't
Right.
done that.
Absolutely.
So I'm going right to the top, and I'm going to grab 20, or actually, I'm going to have this recipe, but I've got 12 ounces of fresh, beautiful whole cranberries.
Okay.
And then I'm going, and as it turns out, this recipe calls for me to put all the materials in. Again, I've already washed everything, so it's ready to go. So now I can just start. So I'm adding this, the cranberries, and then the stinky, stinky onions.
Yes, we've already smelled them here in the
Yes.
studio. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision here.
It'll be here if you get into the studio. It'll still be in the wallpaper.
Oh my God.
And now I'm going to add some golden raisins.
Oh, cool.
Get that good juicy sweetness.
The recipes that you'll find, and I don't know if you already have them online yet or not.
I don't.
Okay, they will be online eventually, and you'll be able to access them. But the ones that we're doing right now, these are half recipes. They're not the full batch. And so what we're seeing is exactly half. So we'll be making 3 and 4 half pints, and I'll be making 3 and 4 half pints as well. Well, normally the recipes would be 6 to 7.
Now, Stacy called this a savory recipe, but it's still got plenty of sugar in it. When you
Yes.
think about cranberries, they're really quite tart.
Right.
So we're going to have a sweet and savory mix in this one. I'm also going to add vinegar, which will give it a great savory bite. And again, these are all pre-measured. I have both white sugar and brown sugar in this recipe. And a half cup of orange juice. Give it kind of match that or contrast with that bite of the cranberries. So I've got a half cup of that in. And then
And I think we hear Penny in the background. Just, she wants to be in here because of the onions, I guess.
it's the onions.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
it, the onions. That's it.
And then I'm going to put some
Fresh ginger.
fresh ginger. It's here.
I love fresh ginger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it smells so good. I'm trying to offset that onion.
Onion.
And then we'll do a stick and a half of cinnamon. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to defer to Stacy because I have to simmer this for quite some time. So he's going to take the show.
Okay, so a few things that she did that was kind of important to show that this was a food safe or science-based recipe. One was the vinegar. The vinegar, of course, and whenever you make any recipe with that's science-based that has you add vinegar, you want it to be at least 5% because what you're doing is you're creating that acidic atmosphere inside your preserves in order to help fight the pathogens.
Right.
And so that's very key. The other thing, too, of course, as we talked about, is the acidity that's already in your cranberries. But another key thing about this recipe, and anyone who has canned before that's watching this, and the one that I'm about to start, is that we're not adding any pectin. And what pectin does is that pectin, in adding it, the process is that helps thickens the jam or helps thicken the chutney. In this case, cranberries have so much pectin in their skin that it's not necessary to add anything to them.
Oh, wow.
And so all you have to do, I don't know of any recipes right now that I have seen that's in cranberry based that requires pectin or for you to add pectin. So,
You know, the thing about when you're cooking cranberries, too, because I've cooked them before, they pop, don't they,
Right.
when they start getting hot. So that's kind of cool,
and you'll
too.
begin to hear some pop as they begin to cook a little bit too. And so I'm getting ready to start the cranberry orange pear preserves. Very similar far as some of the products are concerned, in my case, I have 3 cups.
Those are some big cranberries you got there, buddy.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Beauties.
These are big, yeah.
They're really pretty. Yeah, I got the pretty ones. I gave her the not so pretty ones. Not true. But anyway, yep, these are really pretty in red. They really are.
Good depth of color.
Yeah, for sure. And then after that, we're going to put in some pears that we just diced a little while ago.
The pears smell good, yeah.
Oh, in comparison.
To the onions, yes.
And you can already see it's a really, I mean, it's beautiful in there, and so it's a gorgeous look, and gives you an idea of how it's going to go. Following that comes something that Peggy mentioned. You're balancing that tartness and so forth. So this recipe, a full recipe, would actually call for 4 cups of sugar. So we're just
but it would also have more cranberries in
would.
it, right? Yeah.
Right.
So
Double everything.
So we're using 2 cups, as far as that's concerned. Okay. And then following that, we're going to go ahead and put in a 1/2 cup of orange juice.
okay.
And then following the orange juice, we are going to put in the fresh ginger also that we grated. And that's always fun, grating ginger, let me tell you.
I still have the ends of my fingers.
I like my ginger in tea. I
Yeah.
put it in tea. Yes, I love that.
Ginger
yeah.
tea too.
Then we have the zest. We have 1 full tablespoon of orange that's been
Right.
zested. So might be a tad more, but not much. And then all the dry spices, the cinnamon, the allspice, the nutmeg, and cloves, I just combined them all in one. And yes, just like the other recipe that she's doing right now.
This
Smells
looks
so
like
good.
this looks like a professional cooking show to me. This is just
Exactly.
what they do on TV. They have it all ready to go like this, right? Yeah.
And so the difference in what I'm doing versus what she's doing, besides one savory and one is obviously sweet, is that I have to get mine up to about 220 degrees or close to it. And then I have to let it simmer until it begins to thicken. In Peggy's case, she brings hers up to a boil, and then she lets it simmer for 15 minutes. And there's nothing really specific. Mine could take longer or could take less time, all depending upon. I don't know what it all depends upon. To be quite honest, but I've done it a few times, and it's been thick and ready to go in 4 or 5 minutes. And then there's other times it's taking up to 10 minutes.
Do you
But
put anything in to thicken it, or does it automatically thicken?
Because of the amount of pectin that is in the cranberries already, it should do it on its own.
Yeah, if you're dealing with apples or cranberries, they've got loads of pectin. You gotta have that. Ooh, here they go. They're starting to pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing how easy just basic cranberry sauce is easy. How easy it is to make,
Yes.
or cranberry orange.
Right.
Yeah, it's so easy to make. And once you taste the difference, man, I tell you what, it's hard to go back to the can.
Yeah. And the irony is going to be in a little bit here is that you're going to get competing aromas.
Yeah, I bet we are.
You're going to get the orange and all the Christmas spices coming from this one, and then you're going to get the onions and the vinegar coming from the other end. And so,
It has sweetened up. It smells good now. Calm those onions down. It's fun to see the little cranberries explode. Oh, I wanted to say that the bulk of pectin comes from the inner peel of citrus fruit.
Yes.
I have never made my own pectin, nor do I plan to.
What's pectin made of?
It's that white pulp on the inside.
Okay.
It is and then it allows things to set, to gel.
Oh, okay.
That's its role.
how you looking?
We're popping all over the place.
Popping.
We're beginning
I'm
to boil
popping.
over here, so
I'm popping over here.
Yeah, we could have a cooking competition here. Look
Oh.
at this. Hey, we could do a cooking competition.
I
here
have
now.
to be honest. I think Stacy's going to win because I like his product more than this one. I'll go for the sweets. Can you hear the cranberries popping? No,
Yeah,
of course
probably
they
not.
got
Yeah, I
shy.
can hear it, but yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe
a couple
they
of
can.
pop.
Yep.
There we go. Oop, there's another one.
Well, the beauty of this is what we're doing is because this is Facebook Live, people to this and they're probably going, who the heck would do a cooking show on the radio? But we've been doing it for years
Right.
with Clemson Extension. So it's just a lot of fun to do something different.
Yeah, and your point's good. I mean, it's you wouldn't think about doing it on a radio show, but at the same time, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of
Right.
neat.
Well, being able to go back and watch it futuristically and see exactly what was happening, I think is a big plus there. So,
Now I've got a full rolling boil. Sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
And then so now I'm going to set my timer to 15 minutes and turn it down. So we're gonna.
now what
simmer.
what are we using to cook with here today? What kind of burner? What are these burner? What are these?
These are butane burners,
Okay,
and the two.
they're okay to use inside because we're using them inside here, right?
Yes, they're. I mean, you already bet great. I'm not going to say too much about that, but yes, it's okay to use them in here because we're in a control environment, and you want to make sure that you have it on a counter, which is fireproof.
Right.
Which in this case we are. And heat proof if you worry about that. You can buy mats to go underneath them as well. Generally speaking, we would not be using a butane at home. You'd use your stove,
Right.
And much easier to control.
But when we teach canning, preserving foods, we do use. We'll have 8 in a room all set up, so
Wow.
that
Yeah.
everybody can get as close to
Right.
the full experience as possible.
And they can get close, and you can get the temperature really, really high on with these butane.
You
Yes.
can. Give me a second here. Okay, so I'm
doing
looking for
something
mine to
very
get close
technical
to
right now.
220 degrees. Then once it gets, and it's at 218 right now, which is a good number. So we're going to turn it down just a little bit. And as we do, we're going to just let it simmer until it begins to thicken.
Well,
And
let's
one error I've made on these butane stoves is I turned it down and it went off and I didn't notice for a time. It's like
All right,
go back.
right.
go back, fire her up again.
Well, let's see. I can see Stacy. Hold yours up. Just hold it up so we can maybe get it on the camera here a little bit better. Yeah, that looks pretty delicious. All right, and Peggy, I cannot see inside
I'm gonna
yours.
win. I'm gonna win this one.
You're gonna win this one.
Yeah, because it's
Oh, my
just
God.
beautiful.
Oh, that's
You're not gonna
perfect.
win.
Perfect.
Of course I am. I
Who's
didn't-
been canning the longest time?
you get to win for taste.
There's no comparison
How
on
about
who
that?
gets.
Yeah, no comparison on who gets to win the end result.
Oh, that's great.
On the other hand, mine is beginning to thicken already. How about
Beautiful.
yours?
Nope. No siree. I've got another 12 minutes of simmer to go.
Simmer away. Yeah, sorry.
All right. Well, maybe we'll take a quick break since you've got some simmering to do here. We'll be right back, so don't you go away. And we're going to, all the commercials are going to be played right here on Facebook Live and on Facebook. Let's see, here they are. Where are those commercials for me here? We're going to play those right now on the radio, and here we go. Let's start it right here, and we'll play some commercials. We'll be right back. Don't you go away. Oh. Come on, what's wrong here? All right, well.
Okay, so we'll.
We are, let's see. Well, we are not playing here at this moment. Let's see if we can get our commercials to play. I thought, of course, the music would play. And of course, I mean, we've gone through all of this so far. We've been doing real well. So I think we are doing pretty good. We will continue here. Let's try this one. Is that one going to work? Oh, how about a little bit of this? Yeah, see, she's...
Giving Tuesday is December 2nd. This is a day set aside each year to think of those less fortunate and how we can help them make it through the holidays. Your tax-deductible donation to Greater Greenwood United Ministry will provide shelter for someone facing rent eviction, provide the basic need of electricity for warmth and light, provide food so a family will have enough to eat, provide much-needed medical care to someone who otherwise would not receive it, provide medications and medical supplies for someone battling a disease, improving their quality of life, and provide the comfort of knowing that others care. To donate with your debit or credit card, go to www.greatergreenwoodunitedministry.org under the How You Can Help tab, or mail your check to GGUM at 1404 Edgefield Street, Greenwood, South Carolina, 29646. We thank you in advance for your donation. Greater Greenwood United Ministry celebrating 30 years of offering a hand up to those in life and medical crisis.
Davenport's Tree Farm is now open for the holiday season. Cut your own tree, Carolina Sapphire or Leland Cypress, or get a beautiful Fraser fir already cut from North Carolina. Hours Saturday 9 till dark, Sunday 1 till dark, Monday through Friday noon till dark. Don't miss their Christmas shop with tree stands, garlands, sleigh bells, and more. Start a tradition or continue a tradition at Davenport's Christmas Tree Farm, 120 West Deadfall Road. My name is Oscar and I live in a trash can. That's right, Oscar wanted me to tell you about an event with Toys for Tots this Saturday, December 6th from 10 to 12 at Emerald Sanitation, right across from Eastside Baptist Church on the 72-221. Come out, bring an unwrapped toy to fill a big trash can container with toys. Check out a really big trash truck. Get a picture with Santa. Make a Tots life better. Fill a really big trash container this Saturday, 10 to 12 at Emerald Sanitation. Do you know what I know? That over 300 children in School District 50 and 51, ages 4 to 11, are in jeopardy of having no toys for Christmas. Can you be the heart of the holidays? Drop some toys by December 10th at Chick-fil-A, Dairy Queen, the museum, Fat Daddy, Polaris Gaming, Lee's Jewelers, Eggs Up Grill, the Fort Club, Cindy's, Dixie Drive-In, Station 75 Fire Department, Neighbors Credit Union, and WCRS and more. And many thanks to the Lakelands Marines for their support. Time is short, but we need all your help to supply toys by December 10th for over 300 4 to 11-year-olds in School District 50 and 51 that may not even have one toy without you. Thank you, and
There's
God
water
bless.
in the little red cooler there.
Oh, that's right. We are right back here. Yes, we have lots of production going on here. I'm Ann Eller. I hope you enjoyed our commercials. I hope you're going to be able to help us out with the Heart of the Holidays. Be the Heart of the Holidays for our 300 plus children that are at Greenwood School District 50, Ware Shoals School District 51. Children, through no fault of their own, kind of fall through the cracks, and we are blessed to work with the school districts and have counselors that know just the children that need some help. So these are for 4 through 11-year-olds. Plenty of boxes all around town and right here at WCRS Radio. But let's go ahead and get back to the kitchen right here. I hope you notice, if you're watching, I did put my apron on today just for this special occasion. But what's all happening over here? Our special guest, Stacy Kirby, he is with the Clemson Extension Service. He's the food safety person. And Peggy Dewane Pope, she is a canner from way back. There you go.
As well as a Clemson graduate of the Master Preservers program.
Oh, wow. I didn't know there was a Master Preservers
yes,
program.
there is. It's comparable to the
Master Gardeners?
Master Gardeners, yes.
Wow. When do they offer that all the time, or
It's pretty much every other year for the most part.
they're in a continuous learning situation right now, where they're getting a little further education. We're having guest speakers and programs that they can catch online that are former Master Preserver graduates.
Oh, wow.
And then in 2026, we'll be going again, and
It's a fabulous
opening up a
program.
I bet it is.
It's 8 remote classes that you do at home, and then you go for a 16-hour, 2 8-hour days, and you make every possible preserver method. So dehydrating, you pressure can, you water bath, atmospheric pressure, beer, the whole shooting match.
Learn how to do fermentation. Right.
Wow, cool.
Making sauerkraut and so forth.
Oh, wow.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
I didn't know they had that program. That's
It's
pretty
fabulous.
cool. Yeah, that's great. All right, Stacy, so what's happening here?
So the cranberry orange pear preserves are ready to be bottled, and we're getting ready to bottle them. So there's a couple things we want to mention here. One is that we're not processing these. By processing them, that what we would normally do is, after we bottle them, we would take them and put them either in an atmospheric canner or a water bath. And the recipe calls for 10 minutes in which they are to cook in there.
Now, what does that do? What is that? What's the difference?
What it does is that it cooks the product on the inside of it. It kills off any pathogens that are there. It also eliminates any air that could be inside the jar. And so one of the things that pathogens need to grow is oxygen. And so it expels the oxygen, and you can always tell when it has, because what will happen is that these lids, as you can see here, as it finishes to cool, these lids will pull down, and it's because oxygen has been sucked out of it. And so when these lock down, and so that they cannot come up, it then creates that atmosphere of high acidity, no oxygen, a great atmosphere to prevent any type of pathogen from growing. And so, in this case, we have one or two options. We could take these products back and we could process them, put them on the shelf, or we could sit around and we could just cap them, give them away, whatever. But having not been processed, they're probably only good for about a week, and then after a week, you'd have to use them within a week. Is what
like you could not eat them in a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're so good. It smells delightful in here right now.
It's
yes.
hard.
Yes.
Another presentation that Peggy and I did not too long ago at the library was holiday jams and ways of doing the savory and the sweet. And in this case, you have a savory and a sweet. And a lot of people don't understand is that jams and chutneys can be used many different ways, and you can also serve them in different ways. Like, you can take your sweet jams, and if you want to, you can serve them with something sharp, like a sharp cheese or whatever, or you can serve it with a baked brie. So you can go sweet and mild, or sweet and sweet, or you go sweet and sharp. And it's the same with the chutney. The chutney, which is going to be a very savory item, you can serve it with a mild cheese, or you can do sharp and sharp. You can serve it with a sharp cheese, as the case may be. Also, you can take these jams, if you want to, and add you a little vinegar or possibly some orange juice to them, and you can create a glaze and glaze your meats. You can also
You made sandwiches, didn't you? Tell me with
make
your
sandwiches
turkey
with,
sandwiches
exactly,
or
make
something.
sandwiches out of them.
I've always liked cranberry sauce on turkey
Me
sandwich.
too.
Yeah,
Right.
so I
Same.
can see
And you
how
can
that.
you can turn them into a dip even if you wanted to. You could take the especially the one that I'm making. You could take it and warm it up and just really make a fruit dip out of it, which is also really good.
Or a balsamic kind of.
Oh, you can make a dressing out of it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Balsamic
okay.
dressing, and then that would probably be
With
best
mandarin
suited with the
oranges.
savory. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Nice greens. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so most people think a preserve is just going on sandwiches, and in the South, sandwiches with peanut butter.
Sandwiches with peanut butter.
Or
I've collected over 6,000 pounds thanks to
love
our
it.
listeners here
I
for the
love
Salvation Army. So we know about peanut butter over here. Now, what are you doing? You're putting it in the.
we're putting it in the jars, and what we're doing is that I'm setting them in order for them to be processed, meaning that I'm leaving only a 1/4 inch of headspace, which is all you would leave if you were canning and making preserves. Is a 1/4 of an inch. Now this particular funnel actually has measurements on it for me that lets me know when I am at a 1/4 of an
Oh, wow.
inch.
Okay.
And so otherwise, you could use what's called a head spacer.
A head
And-
spacer.
Right. Which you would put in there and it would let you know, and that's a 1/4 of an inch right there, whether I got any product above a 1/4 of an inch.
Okay, Stacy, how important is this now? Come
It's
on, a
extremely
1/4 of an
important, 'cause
Well,
we were
that's
talking-
why I'm
It is.
asking this question.
And remember, we were talking about the oxygen in it. You
Right.
don't want you. So he would only put a small area in, 1/4 inch, and then put that lid on top. And then when it goes into the boiling canner, it expresses all the air out of it. You can see that Stacy, I don't know if you can see, but Stacy right now is putting on a lid, and he's only doing it tap tight.
Right.
He's not doing it, he's not cranking down. And it drives me crazy when I give them something preserved and they'll crank down the lid. The lid isn't even necessary. This lid is not even necessary after it's canned.
the
The
winder,
ring.
After
The
it's-
ring.
Right,
You
right.
should store it without it, in fact, because if, for instance, if it loses its pressure, and you won't know if you have the ring on it, because the ring will hold that cap down, and so it'll give you a false
So
sense
what's
of
the
security.
purpose of the ring? Just something else for the
No,
for the
it's
company
for
to
now.
sell?
It's for now.
It's for
Oh, for
holding it
now.
in
To
place
put it
during the
into
process.
the
Okay,
yes, it's to
okay.
put it into the.
But after it's processed, you don't
You
need
don't.
the
You don't
ring
need
on.
when
No.
you go to storage. You don't need to have them on there at all.
Do you have store? Do you take them off on yours?
I
Peggy?
do.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I did not before I took the master preserving class.
You always kept a
I
ring
always
on.
kept it on, and I'm going to tell you that I was an 8th grade teacher, and teaching during COVID from home, and I had a whole wall of preserves, and I was going, there's something funny smelling. And as it turns out, I did have a lid pop. So
Oh, wow.
there was some bacteria in there, and it did pop, and I knew it was bad, even though the ring
Now, will
was still
people
on it.
know? Because, that's the thing. People are always, I'm definitely afraid of eating something that should be expired. I used to not worry about it, but now I do. But will you know when something is bad?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Well, depending on what it is.
Right.
The things that we're making, like these, we will know because they will pop their lids.
Okay.
And then, this is not something that's going to get botulism.
Right.
Neither of these recipes have.
But botulism is one of the ones that is the scariest when it comes to this because it has no flavor, has no odor. It doesn't usually doesn't affect the color of the item that you're preserving.
Look at how beautiful this is.
Oh my
Holy
God,
mackerel.
Gorgeous. And so therefore, you don't know unless you've done the you correctly preserved it. And so, but it's the only one. And it also can thrive in a non-oxygen environment. So it's a little scary compared
Right.
to some of the other things.
Now, the interesting thing is this particular product is a 1/2 inch. So it's all
Why
dependent.
is that? Why is that, Peggy?
It's probably the savory aspect of it. So
it
does
expands
not-
more. Maybe it expands more or something. Or?
No, it's done expanding.
Oh, okay.
So then, once I get it in here, I typically wipe the jar. But again, we're not going to water bath these now, but I'm just doing it properly because I should.
Because you can't help yourself.
I can't
Exactly
help
right.
myself. I cannot help
Exactly right.
myself.
You got to do it right. Or not at all.
So these are very hot. These jars are very hot. When you can, you have a very hot jar, and then you have hot materials. So this is very hot. The ring I can hold, but typically very, very hot. And then I would
glass you would
submerge it in boiling water. And then what it would do is it was heat, and it would, because this can be permeated, it will send air out the sides. And then, as most know, is that heat expands, and then as it cools, it will pull this lid down. So right now, it's up, but then once it is processed, and then all that air is expelled, and then it'll suck
tight.
down. And that's why we have this hard seal here. That this can sit on my shelf in the front room for a year and a half.
Wow. Now, what about, didn't they used to use wax, or do they still use wax? Or?
No.
Okay, well, I'm asking because I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, we scientifically we don't use wax because it could get
into
be
it.
breached.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it would be, it would just be moldy jam if it were breached.
Moldy jam.
Yeah. But if you have a product like a meat or game, then you have risk of botulism.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look at these beautiful.
And a lot of, there's no doubt that a lot of times, and
You can
historically,
show them in
people
that
would.
camera right over there in front of you. There you go. So there you go. See, now you can see it really well. Oh, yeah, that's
Gorgeous.
great.
But people would accidentally make themselves sick, not knowing, what they've done or what
Right.
happened. So,
Well, I know that they used to use was paraffin, wasn't it?
Right.
That they used to put on it because you could buy the supplies. When you bought your jars, you had your block of paraffin, right? Yep. Yeah, that's true. Well, now, Stacy, what you're going to be doing some classes at the library?
we're going to do presentations at the library,
Presentations.
which will basically the difference between the two is that we show the very same thing as what we would be doing now. You could walk right up to a course and see it and smell it and watch us do it and so forth. The classes, what we do is that we'll set up tables where you literally are making this product yourself. You do the prepping, you do the cooking, you do the canning part. We provide the water bath or the pressure canner, as the case may be, and then we teach them how to use the water bath and the pressure canner as well. And so it's more hands-on, and so the presentations are basically to show them how and teach them different things. But the classes are where it's at. That's where it's a lot of fun, and we pair you up or we'll set you up in pairs and the table, and it really is a lot of fun. They get a kick out of it.
Well, I've been following him over there at G. Frank Russell, the chef over there, Jay, and
He's a
he was on
phenomenal
my
guy.
show, and
Yeah.
we've been following him, and they are doing so many amazing things over there, aren't
Absolutely.
they?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Jay's a phenomenal guy, and he's incredible with those kids. I mean, and the things that they do, it's there are kitchens that I've been in that can't produce as well as they do.
Yeah.
And so it's very impressive.
It is very impressive. So now using a canner, is that safe?
Yeah, you're talking about a pressure canner or a water bath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the pressure, yes.
Yeah. It didn't. When you hear about the ones that blow up,
Right.
and all those things,
Or a pressure cooker, same type of thing, right?
Right.
I mean,
It's-
but there's a difference in today's pressure cookers, I understand.
Right. Yeah, they have safety valves now, which if the pressure gets too high, it's a little rubber gasket off to one side that blocks a hole. When the pressure gets too high, it'll blow that gasket out and release the pressure right over there. Also, the way they lock down, it's almost impossible for them to ever pop off. They would literally have to melt the metal itself and bend up. By that time, something's going on. And I would
Cut it
hope
off,
anyway.
cut it off. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And,
But because those pressure canners, they're pretty cool, right?
Yeah, the new ones. The one that And I wish maybe next time we come back, we'll bring what you see, the two different ones, and talk about them. But Peggy uses an All-American. And an All-American doesn't use a gasket or anything of that nature. And in fact, it screws up on 6 different sides, in which you flip the screw up and you tighten it down all the way around. They're very nice. They're very heavy duty.
Is that a newer version or an older version, Peggy? Is it?
They've been in production for a long time.
But I'm saying that, because they've got some of the older style, but this is a really good older style.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. I don't know. They've even changed the style over the years.
No,
They're
I
all
don't
pretty
think
much
they
the
have.
same. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're it's metal on metal, and the way you tighten them down,
Got
yeah,
screws around
it's,
here and crank it down.
It's almost no way for one of them to pop off. And anyway, but now you are talking significant income or a lot of money. They're expensive.
Right. Well, I know I've read about or seen where somebody will have donated one, like to a Goodwill or something, and then they have somebody come and check it to make sure it's
Right.
safe, right?
There's your man
Right.
right there.
We do that as well. You
Do
can
you?
bring them to us, and we've
All right. See, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can check the gaskets, and if it's a Presto, we can actually check your pressure gauge and make sure that it's reading correctly. We, of course, can check your safety valve, make sure that your rubber hasn't corroded or that it's not turned brittle, and that it's still in good shape. We test them any time of the year round. We'd be glad to help anyone with them. And we've had some people bring us ones, and we probably need to make this clear too, that a pressure cooker and a pressure canner are not the same animal, not even close. And so it's very important that if you have a pressure cooker, you could technically use it as a water bath, but not for pressure canning. You need specific equipment that has been designed and tested for pressure canning only.
Okay. All right. Well, I know. I remember a story about Jeff, and they had a pressure cooker, and I don't know what happened, but anyways, the pressure cooker the lid ended up on the ceiling, and so you hear stories like that, and you go, I don't think I want to touch that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Presto in my own little issues one time, in which I was doing too many things at once, and I didn't put the top on right. It wasn't locked in correctly. It was locked, but not correctly.
Right.
And so I was standing in the kitchen and I don't really know what I was doing, but all of a sudden I hear this pop, loud pop. And I turned around and the lid itself had popped up. It didn't fly off or anything.
Right.
But because it was still locked to some extent. And but it popped up and pressure came out and all the steam came out the side. But again, like the new ones, you don't see the ones that fly off and
Well, they've made a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Well, so you have these delicious product here, yes, and
Right. So if you'd like to, we can let you taste some of these. These are the ones that we had processed yesterday.
okay,
And to give you an idea of the difference.
okay,
Let's see here. This is the chutney.
I like the
That's
chutney
amazing.
idea. Okay,
Do you like chutney?
yeah, I like chutney. Okay,
And then you can actually give an honest.
I can give an honest review
Yes. Live.
live on the air.
Exactly.
Yeah, just so you know, this was also made by Peggy. So you know when we.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
So
Okay,
some
I'll
good
bring it
reviews,
over
maybe
here.
we're gonna-
All right, I'm gonna put the mic on me or put the picture on me. Looks okay. Penny, my dog, always smells everything before she eats it. Those are some beautiful cranberries in there. Very good. It does have a very nice combination of the savory and the sweet. I highly recommend it. Yes, yes, yes. Now, Peggy, what's in this again?
Okay, this is cranberries, white onion, golden raisins. We've got white sugar and brown sugar, vinegar, a bit of orange juice. We have some ginger zest and sticks of cinnamon that we cook with but then remove.
Very, very nice.
And
very
this
nice.
next one that Stacy has for you is the much loved cranberry orange pear jam.
This
We're
looks
probably
delicious
not as
too.
made that normally on an herb cracker. We put it on a plain cracker.
All right. So this is what we're going to be eating here now. This looks pretty good. Pear and cranberry. I'm excited about this one now here, so let's taste it. Very nice. All the spices in this, you can really taste the spices.
It tastes like the holidays.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It does. It smells like it too when you're preparing it. So it's,
Yes. This is the cranberry orange pear jam. Sorry you don't have any.
Come see us at the library.
we'll have a class on it soon.
So are you going to have another one during December, or are you done for the
We're
year?
probably done for the year because of the short period of it. We will have some classes. We will schedule some classes pretty soon, maybe one or so in January, February, but more so when we get into the growing season, moving into the spring and early summer and late fall. That's generally tend to have more classes.
Right.
For people.
Take advantage of this beautiful produce in this beautiful state.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're from California, right? And everybody always talks about the produce and everything out there. But what do you think, Peggy, for what South Carolina produces right here?
Honestly, I lived in the San Joaquin Valley, and it's the richest valley in the world. So it really and truly is hard to compare because it's the third largest produce producing county in the nation.
Wow.
With the other two just right up the road from us. So it really is amazing how much. But I love, love, love all the fresh produce here. I can't wait for the berries to come. I love the greens. There's nothing better than those fresh greens over at the farmer's market. I love growing the tomatoes. I love the peppers.
Do you have a garden?
Yes.
You do?
My husband is the gardener in the family, and I put it up.
And you put it up.
Yes, but the chard and the broccoli and all such delicious produce.
Yeah, you know, they used to call South Carolina what? The Great Iodine State.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it had so much salt in the ground, and that was very, very important to have it in your vegetables. So, anyways, just a little piece of something that I know here. Well, I think this has been fun. Stacy, is there anything else you'd like for our listeners to know today?
No, I think we're there. We appreciate being here. We appreciate the opportunity of sharing what we do. And especially with Peggy, who is one of our master preservers, and she's wonderful when we have the presentations and the classes because she can answer all the questions that you would really have as a stakeholder, as a consumer, where I would speak more to the science end of it. So we have a good time in doing these programs.
Good combo.
Yeah.
Because Peggy's had years of experience of doing this. Now, all these recipes, are you always finding new ones that you like, Peggy, or do you
Always.
have favorites that you always go back to?
Well, I do always go back to the same salsa, but I change up my chilies, change up beans, change up different. We do so many.
Right.
We have like a dozen that we do, and when we do presentations locally.
Well,
So yeah, I'm open to everything.
Well, that sounds good. So what will be being on the table for Christmas then? Let me just ask that. What will be on the table for Christmas, Stacy, when you look about produce and everything? Because, it's not really the end time of the year.
This time of year, there are certain things that are really, really popular, like all your root veggies, like beets, carrots, celery. This is their season. They're fresh. They're generally aren't forced grown. They're not in greenhouses or anything. Good root veggies. Collards, kale, cabbage. They're
How
all
about
very
parsnips? Up in Maine, we used to eat parsnips a lot, but you
Parsnips?
don't see them that much down here. You have to really look to find
You
some
do.
parsnips.
Yeah, you don't. You're right.
Yeah.
You don't see them in this part of the country.
But they're
very much.
delicious, I
They are.
think. Yeah.
Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli are all really popular right now. Come into play. Leeks, onions, garlic, and then of course you already know that all the citrus fruits are. This is a peak season for oranges and so forth. It's really unique. A lot of the ones that you get this time of year are really rich in flavor because they're going through the cold season and they're concentrated, so they're really good. Then, of course, apples and pears and cranberries naturally, pomegranates and so forth. But all those will be one way or another in some form or fashion probably on our table.
On your table. Well, Peggy, are you going to spend Christmas here, or are you going away for Christmas?
No, I'm here in beautiful Greenwood, South
Carolina.
Carolina. I'm rich.
I am too. I am too. I'm going to be here. And Stacy, I imagine you're going to be here
Yes,
for
ma'am.
it. Yes, you
We will
are.
be.
Well, listen, this has been a great Christmas project here, kicking off the 1st of December with some good apple, cranberry orange chutney and some cranberry orange pear jam. I feel blessed to be here today, and I want to thank you all for coming out this afternoon because I know you had to get a lot of preparation ready to do all this. You made it seem seamless when you came and just poured it in there just like the real professionals
Yes.
because you are real professionals, Ann.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, it's been a blast. We've
It
enjoyed
has
it.
been. Thank you so much. This, of course, you'll be able to watch it on Facebook. It'll also, in the next couple of days, will make it onto our website, WCRS1450am.net, which it will be there. Like it, share it, and comment on it, and let us know what you think of what we do when we do oddball stuff like this on the radio. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks so much, everybody. Be back in the morning. Yes, I'll be back in the morning, and we'll be having a good time tomorrow on the radio. Thanks so much. That's going to do it for us. Cue the show end and cue the music, and let's see if it'll play. Yes. Bye-bye, everybody.